Here's our guy.
What's up?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Bottoms Up, Fins Up, proudly a part of the podcast platform at the Fins Talk Network. My name is Mike Brown. That is Pops. Got the big boss joining us tonight, Mr. Bobby Melendez. Bobby, what's going down, man? Hopefully it's better weather there than it is here.
What's up, Bobby?
What's up, brother? Hey, Pops, how you doing? Good to see you, sir.
Living the dream, baby, and hoping I wake up.
I hear you.
Okay, well,
yeah, it's nice. It's sunny here, but I know you're storming over there, brother.
Yeah, it is. It's not fun here in Houston, Texas right now. Pops, how are the dogs? Are they in the closet still or no?
They came out long enough, Bobby, when it thunders and stuff. My dogs hide in the closet, well, mine and Renee's dogs, and they came out long enough to eat. Now they're back in, so it's all good.
Oh, good.
Yeah, Lewis, I gotta say, that's a nice hat you got going on there, brother.
You like that, huh?
72, my goodness.
Bobby, I'm going to tell you, you tune in every week or you join us, and I promise you, you will not see a hat twice.
Okay, all right.
We could do a show.
I got the Nick Buonacani shirt going too.
We could do a show for the next 6 years, once a week, and you still would not see every hat and every T-shirt that this man owns. But we're here to talk Dolphins football. Tonight on tonight's show, first of all, we are sipping a Karbach Brewery beer out of the World Series Cup. Bobby, I'm not sure if you're aware, the Houston Astros are the 2017 World Series champions. So we'll go ahead and point that out now, get that out of the way. And
the Dolphins were the 73 Super Bowl champs too. So
good job. Thank you.
The Marlins have 2 World Series. The Marlins have won it twice.
That's true.
The Heat.
That is
the Heat.
3 times.
Florida Panthers have to get on the ball there for Miami. And the U is back, hopefully, maybe, potentially.
Hopefully, yeah.
But we're here to talk Dolphins football. We're going to recap this past weekend's game against Tampa Bay. I've got some thoughts on that. I want to get both of your perspective on looking ahead to the Raiders this weekend. We've got some tweets from the past couple days I want to get both of your perspectives on. Loaded show tonight. Let's get directly into it. Bobby, are you ready to give Skylar Thompson a 10-year, $375 million deal to become quarterback 1 now, or do you want to wait and see another preseason game? Your thoughts on the next Dan Marino of the Dolphins, Skylar Thompson?
Hey, no, of course, joking aside, I think he should give Teddy Bridgewater a run for his money. I really do. I think I legitimately, all joking aside, I think I want to see another game. I think Tua and Teddy will get some reps, obviously, in this game here. But I do want to see a little more of Skylar. I liked what I saw. He missed some things here and there, but, the way he read the defense and, that touchdown pass to Lynn Bowden, who had a great game, who's on the trade market. He made a statement, in my opinion. But just the way he played, starting the whole game, it looked like he wasn't a rookie, in my opinion. It looked like the game kind of slowed down for him. It wasn't too fast. So I'm not ready to say that he's the heir apparent or the franchise or anything like that, But QB2, I think that's on the radar for Miami with Skylar Thompson.
Pops, come on, man. Back me up, dude. It's
Bobby,
one preseason game against backups.
He played in the Big 12 last year, and I went to UT, so we got to see Skylar Thompson up close. Okay, and the kid he's built like a quarterback. First of all, he's a smart kid. But I'll reference it by saying, just like when we talk about the rest of this stuff, it's preseason, okay? And he played the whole game, so the other 2 guys didn't have to get hurt. And I'm going to reference something, which is why I think you keep the old fart around here, because I'm going to reference stuff that happened before y'all were even born. But have a flashback to when Marino went down, and some guy named Scott, help me here, Bobby. Scott Mitchell.
Mitchell.
Scott Mitchell came in, big big left-handed quarterback. This kid came in, had a couple of good games. Off season, they signed him to some ridiculous contract, and they ended up trading him to Detroit. So it's an exhibition game. He's playing with second and third teamers. He's playing against second and third teamers. I'm not saying let's take the love off, let's not rush to that, but let's give the kid credit. He played a good game. And that's all it is, a good exhibition game.
See, okay. This is what I want both of your perspectives on. Fans of the Miami Dolphins are unlike any other fan base I have ever seen in my life. Because, I'm not saying this in a good way either. Like, go read the message boards, go read Twitter. Like, we want to fight with one another. Mm-hmm. And it makes my skin crawl. Because it's like, you can't have it both ways. Like, I applaud Skylar Thompson for what he did. He looked good. Lynn Bowden earning himself a roster spot outside of a guy like Preston Williams, who's doing nothing to enamor himself to the coaching staff, the front office, or the fan base. Why is it not possible to love on a guy like Skylar Thompson, but put it in perspective? He's doing it against, no disrespect, nobodies. In the first preseason game, I saw people say that he should start over Tua. I almost wrote an email to Facebook saying that their account should be deactivated. They should never be able to talk sports ever again for having a take like that. It's astonishingly bad, man. But outside of that, you see it. I saw it today. I've seen it the last 3 years of my life. This fan base can't get out of each other's way. Just be a fan.
Yeah.
Be like Coke. Have a smile and a Coke. You're going to be okay. Bobby, am I wrong or am I right?
No, I actually made a tweet today referencing that because everybody has an opinion, first of all, and like I've said, you have the Tua stands, you got the Tua haters, you got the in-betweeners, and I consider myself an in-betweener. I'm an open-minded guy. Tua's the quarterback. You support the quarterback. Do you believe he's to be the franchise? That's a debate, the franchise guy, if he could hit that level. But I made a tweet today because on another podcast show, NFL media person, local media in Miami, talked about Tua, and Miami Dolphin fans went crazy, and they ragged on her, and it is. But that's not the first time. I think Dolphin fans, as you were alluding to, and I agree with you, to me, I made my tweet was that they're too sensitive. They got to hype people up, or they got to shit them on. They got to shit on them, and it's kind of gotten ridiculous. We're all Dolphin fans. We're all Dolphin fans. There's no reason to crucify each other, and there's no reason, like you said, don't overhype anybody that doesn't deserve it, and don't shit on the other guy who hasn't done anything to deserve that either. They're all on the same team.
Dad, you grew up. Dad, let me ask you this real quick, because I know where you're going. I've been your son for 31 years. I know exactly what you're about to say.
Well, the DNA test hasn't come back yet, but okay.
That's fair. It's inconclusive. The thing is, win the damn games.
That's right.
That's all that matters. They can go in. Our buddy Austin, is a fan of Texas A&M. He's used to crappy quarterback play, for the large part of his entire life, but win the games. And I'm kidding, Austin. We love you very much. We'll see you Saturday. The thing is, I don't care if Tua goes out there, Pops, and throws for 4 interceptions a game and they win 3-0. Win the damn game. Am I wrong or am I right? Because greatest Jewish quarterback to ever play for the Dolphins, Jay Fiedler, never put up great numbers, but did he win a good number of games? If you're Tua, right, go be Jay Fiedler.
Right there. I agree with you 1,000%.
I'll tell you, Michael, first, and Bobby knows this, we're not the only fan base who shits on each other, okay? First, you got to get that. There's not a team out there that does not have a thing going on complaining about somebody, okay?
But it's weird.
Said, Astro fans will complain that Kate Upton can't cook, okay? They'll look for anything stupid, okay? But here's the fact is that, and I'll reference...
She can cook.
and I'll go barely, and I'll go old school again, okay? Back in the day, when Greasy threw an interception, Marino threw an interception, the defense, Marino puts up 45, the defense gives up 48. You didn't have this. You didn't have all this stuff out there for the only whining that was going on was the next day at the water cooler, okay? So you couldn't whine and bitch about this stuff because there was no tools to get out there and do this. So that's my feeling. You know what? These fans are going to whine. Jet fans are going to. They're all whiners, Michael. First of all, but I think the funny thing is that what was it? 3 years ago, you and I were at the Jerry's Dome to see the Cowboys Dolphins, and how many people did we see wearing handmade T-shirts? Tank for Tua, you know. And then we got him. Oh my God! And then all of a sudden, after his first year, we should have we should have taken Bear, Good thing these guys are not general managers. So
well, the thing is, okay, all three of us are on the same page. I would rather have Justin Herbert than Tua. Come on, let's not.
Well, that's true.
Ourselves.
I always do full disclosure. I always tell people, look, before the draft, I wasn't. First of all, I don't like tanking for anything, but I wasn't on tank for Tua. Now, when I did want Justin Herbert, Joe Burrow, obviously, right? But Joe Burrow wasn't going to number 5 or 6. Miami couldn't trade up. Cincinnati wasn't going to move that pick. But Justin Herbert, I did like Justin Herbert coming out. I saw more in him than I saw in Tua, and people could say whatever they want. You watch it, and people go, "Oh, what the excuse is that look at the weapons that Justin Herbert has compared to what Tua had in Miami." It's the same for college. But look, the Dolphins drafted Tua. And at that moment, you support the quarterback we have. But that doesn't mean it's blind support or blind, whatever. You got to call it as you see it. And he hasn't done enough. But now, Skylar Thompson, as you brought up earlier, I will say Teddy Bridgewater, I wanted the Dolphins to sign him. And I was actually very ecstatic that the Dolphins did. Because if Tua goes down, you have a legitimate backup quarterback who could come in and win a football game. He's done it. It's not Jacoby Brissett. This is a legitimate starting caliber type quarterback. But in regards to Skylar, I did see enough in that one game, and it is one preseason game. But there's rookie quarterbacks drafted in the first round that we could talk about that did not look good in a preseason game against backups. This kid did, and I think there's potential there. Right. I would not put him on the practice squad. He definitely deserves to be on the 53.
You put him on the practice squad, you'll lose him.
100%.
I'm putting it in perspective of what I'm reading, what I'm seeing with these people that, quite frankly, have no business talking football. They just don't. Like, there's a different, and I agree with Cap for life that the fact that all of us have different opinions about QB1 is fair. Okay? Yes. No problem at all. I get it. But this is a guy who we're literally ragging on him for throwing interceptions in practice. Yeah. Allen Iverson said it best that we're talking about practice, and it still rings true today. He could go out there, he could throw 100 footballs and hit every cheerleader in the face on the sideline. I wouldn't care. It's practice. It doesn't matter. If he gets into the game and he balls out, and I love it. I want to keep all these screenshots of all these fans who are ragging on him, and he goes and balls out and he wins. Because I will bask in that glory. I will print those tweets out and wallpaper my house with it.
You could wallpaper your house.
I should.
Bobby, let me ask you, because you see the day-to-day stuff more than we do, okay? In reality, first of all, the next playoff game Justin Herbert wins will be the first one he wins, okay?
Well, the first one he appears in will be the first one.
That's exactly right. So far, neither one of them have won a playoff game or gone to the playoffs, first of all, okay?
Fair. Facts.
Second of all, Bobby, have you ever seen in your young life, have you ever seen a quarterback who is not Joe Namath, is not flashy, is not anything? It seems like the national media across the country, this kid is under a microscope. I mean, I have never heard a report about Tom Brady throwing 3 interceptions in a practice. It blows my mind. What is the fascination with this guy. Everybody wants him to fail. I get it.
Well,
right?
and yeah, well, the other thing too is it got so hyped up because just like you're saying, people are overhyping these interceptions in practice. They did the same thing with the 60-yard touchdown or the big touch in practice. And it doesn't matter what the hell you do in practice defines you and perfects you. But it's what you do live during a football game.
Right.
When real pads and you're feeling really good. So I'm with you, Mike, where it doesn't freaking matter what happens in practice. If he throws a pick in practice, but throws 3 picks in practice and throws 3 touchdowns in game 1 of the regular season, we're gonna be going nuts. Okay. Now, in regards of Tua, it's kind of like a different phenomenon. First of all, whether you believe in Tua or whether you don't, and you're a Dolphin fan, no one could disagree that the Dolphins have done the kid no favors whatsoever. Doesn't matter what the media has said. Media doesn't respect Miami most of the time anyway. It's what, first off, the fans, they overhype, like you were saying, they over, crap on the kid. But the Dolphins in general, from the owner to the general manager to your head coach, I don't know why the hell they drafted him, because since they've drafted him, they tried to get someone else to replace him, whether it was Deshaun Watson or Tom Brady or whoever else they're going to try to get, So it's all of that. So whether you think he could be the guy or he is the guy, and like you said, if he could be Jay Fiedler, that's a win. I will be
massive.
And that's the other thing about Dolphin fans I don't get, because Jay Fiedler was brought up a while back, and obviously I grew up. He was Marino had retired, and then when I really started watching, it was Jay Fiedler, and he was my favorite quarterback growing up because of what he did for Miami. We were winning football games. Now people talk about, Fiedler's trash. What the hell are you talking about? The guy won football games. You want him. I don't need 45 touchdowns and 5,000 freaking yards. I need wins. I need a playoff win. That's why, for me, people go, if Mike McDaniel leads the Dolphins to the playoffs and loses in the wild card, if that's what it is, that's not a good year. I don't give a damn. But if he goes and they win a game, now I'm happy.
See, this is the type that, and Bobby, full transparency, Pops and I are Rockets fans. Like, we're dealing with this with the Rockets too, where people are like, well, it's okay if we get to this point. No, it's not.
No.
Like, if you're a Dolphin fan, you have to look at this roster and you have to say, this is a team that need to get to the playoffs and win. You don't bring in Teron Armstead, Tyreek Hill, pay Xavier Howard what you're paying him, put the franchise tag on Mike Gesicki, spending good money there. Like, you're spending really good money on this roster. You need to get to the playoffs and win. With this question, and I want to go beyond the Tua, conversation, because we could talk about this for hours. Pops, last question about Tua for now. Do you want to see him play in this weekend's game against the Raiders?
I have a comment, but the answer to your question is yes.
Okay.
Bobby, my longtime buddy, Tom Santinello, used to play quarterback in high school. He just posted a huge point. Last year, Tua had 2.3 seconds time in the pocket, okay? Hard to read coverages, and it's hard to throw the long ball, okay? 2.3 seconds. I give Shula a lot of credit. Shula taught every offensive lineman for Marino how the hell to hold and not get caught, okay? Marino needed all the time in the world. If you're going to blame Tua, then you got to go look at the ragtag bunch that he had on the line last year, and let's run them through the mill too.
You know what? That's a great point. And people bring that, and that's why, to me, a lot of people are hyped on this season, but I think a lot of people need to take that pip, go into their medicine cabinet, open it up, get the bottle that says chill pills, and take one. Because the offensive line doesn't look all that good. The only thing Miami did was they got Tyron Armstead, who's an all-pro. That's great. That's sexy. Love it. Then they signed Connor Williams first. Left guard, 11th ranked best guard in the NFL. He had a lot of penalties, got benched for it. But he's not starting at left guard for Miami. He's starting at center.
It's a mistake.
Mistake. I read a comment and I don't know if Michael posted it or where I read it, but I'm going to tell you, I don't think that's 100% given yet. I really
it's
don't.
Not. Now, Dietrich started center for this game. Connor Williams and Armstead both stood out. But that offensive line with Skylar Thompson, and it was your starting offensive line besides those two guys, did not look good. So if Taron Armstead goes down, in the first few weeks of the season. He has injury concerns. He's been out a couple times throughout his career. If he goes down again, it's going to be the same damn problem. And as Michael has brought up, with Terron Armstead, Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, this not including Tua, the window is here. It's open right now, but it's closing at the same time. You can't waste time. So this is, it's going to be a crazy year for the Dolphins if they don't do it.
Question, Bobby. Michael and I do this every day. Your offensive line is going from here. You've improved it a certain point, okay? Why don't they go out and sign that? Michael knows the guy's name, the center from Chicago, who is a real live center. Put him in there and let's go. I don't understand. They still got money left.
I don't understand either. I think it's more about, again, my argument last season about the offensive line, because everybody was saying we should go sign this guy or bring in this guy or whatever, draft this dude. Again, we had done all that. We extended Jesse Davis because he looked adequate at first last year, but he was before. We extended him. And then you got, we drafted Austin Jackson, who's been about Liam Eichenberg. We had invested in the offensive line. It was about development with the offensive line. So my hope and prayer for this season is that Mike McDaniel and coaching staff do develop this offensive line. My answer to you as to why they have not gone out and signed a real center or an upgrade at center or draft a center is that they believe that there's something there that they could develop into an adequate offensive line. But the problem is, and I'll go back to what Mike says, the window is tight. There's no time to play around and experiment. I don't want an in-season reshuffling of the offensive line. If Connor Williams starts at center, don't wait till week 6 to say, oh, no, let's put him back at guard and let's try this guy at center and then do this guy at right tackle and start messing up. And then, you know what? Tua will be out by week 6 in an injury.
I think you also have to give, chill pill is the right word, Bobby. Everybody needs to take a step back. It's one preseason game. McDaniel knows what he's doing. He's not going to show his cards before game 1.
I was impressed with McDaniel's play calling.
100%. That's why, let Armstead get out there. They've got to move Williams away from center. I'm not a Williams at center guy. Go get a bona fide center and move Williams to guard. You don't take the 11th best guard and put him at center. And I think it is a smokescreen. I really do. Because I think McDaniel is playing chess with the fan base who's playing checkers. That's what a good coach should do. If I'm a first-year coach like McDaniel, I'm not showing my cards until opening kickoff of game number 1. You're not going to know what I'm going to do. You have no idea. I'm a crazy SOB. You have no idea. I'm going to flea flickers, whatever it is. You're not going to know what it is until day number 1, game number 1, offensive possession number 1. I think it's important to note that.
It's like when they stuck, Bobby, when they stuck Ronnie Brown in to run the Wildcat out of nowhere. I thought Belichick was going to crap on himself right there.
Yeah.
That came out of nowhere.
So, and that could be in play here. You guys are, but that's why I think, and Mike, your opening message and about everybody kind of going over crazy for him, but it's been like that for a while now.
Fair.
And that's why, and you know what? I think that's the reason why that Tua gets crapped on by the media and everything else, because nobody gave the kid a chance just to play football and see what the hell he looks like. Everybody was saying he's the heir apparent. He's the next Dan Marino, which I said, slow the hell down. He's the next Russell Wilson. Slow the hell down. Drew Brees. It's like, dude, let the guy play quarterback because he could be the Jay Fiedler. As long as he's winning football games, we're going to be happy. But no, people overhyped him. Then you had people who are going to hate on him. The same thing about the season, the coaching staff. Let them play the game. Take a chill pill, sit down, enjoy it.
And one of the benefits, Pops, I want to get your take on this is, Bobby, we're all on the same page. If Tua balls out this year, he's going to be in line for a contract extension within the next 2 years. Absolutely. And the thing is, you look at the quarterback contracts being given out right now, you're going to tell me if you're the Dolphins, if you can get average quarterback play, top 16 to 18 quarterback play, you don't have to give him the massive contract, and you can open yourself up to go sign another big offensive lineman to help protect him. You can go get more weapons if you're not paying your quarterback all this money per year. You just need him to be decent. And the thing is, and it's being talked about in the chat right now, how many quarterbacks are better than Tua right now? That's not the question that Dolphin fans should be asking. It's about what can you get from him where he's not a bottom end of the NFL quarterback spectrum type of guy. Get him to top 20. If you can be number 20 for me, this team is going to the playoffs. Like if he's number 20 in the league, they're going to the playoffs. Dad, do you agree with that statement or no?
I absolutely agree.
Good, you should. It's a good point.
I think the goal is, and I like the way they're doing it. Weakness, offensive line, Armstead, Connor Williams. Weakness, big playmakers. We went out and got Preston Wilson. We got Tyreek Hill, the kid from the 49ers, the receiver.
Raheem Mostert, Chase Edmonds.
The kid from Texas Tech. Our running game sucked. So they went out and they got 2 or 3 running backs. You know, if you make everything around him better and easier, it's just going to make him look better.
100%. 100%.
Look at the offense he had in Alabama, Bobby, right? He had two receivers that are both in the league right now, and they're probably all pro.
Hey, it's like I've said, because when I watch you and I get, and I'm always, full disclosure where I said, hey, I don't know if he could be that guy. Because again, people overhyped him. But I was like, if people, he needs these weapons. He needs this. He needs what he had in Alabama. I didn't think Miami could give him the type of weapons he had at Alabama, but they did. Chris Greer did it, whether he believes into it or not. He went out Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, Cedric Wilson, Easy Isakama, Mike Gesicki, and then the running game. And again, Lynn Bowden. Look how he did in that preseason game. And that's the thing. Whether Tua could be that or not, and it's not a knockout to it, but legitimately the way this roster is built. And the offensive line obviously still needs some spots. Now, those guys can grow. I don't know. We'll see. But this team is legitimately, as a Dolphins fan, taking the quarterback, Tua could probably get into that. We'll see if he could be and I agree with Mike, the Jay Fiedler top 20, whatever, that could win us football games because this team is a legitimate quarterback away from being a legitimate playoff football team.
And I'm not saying to be just mentioned that too. But I'll tell you, you're exactly right, Michael and Bobby, about Tua. Let's face it. Marino had to throw 50 to 60 times with his crappier running game and his crappier defense just to keep them competitive. Okay? Bobby, I don't know if you remember some of those games. They scored 48 against the Jets. Jets scored 55. But, at the same time, Super Bowl 7, Greasy threw the ball 7 times. They had a great offensive line and a great running game and a great defense. I will take that. Tua does not have to be Marino or Montana. I just want him to be a guy who will take them out there, not make stupid mistakes, read the defense, and give them a chance to win every week. I don't care if it's I do care if it's by 1 point. I don't know if my heart will take the whole season. I want someone who's going to command some respect and go out there and, like Al Davis said, just win, baby. That's it.
So let's get to a couple defensive updates and some other Twitter updates because I do want to make sure we get to these. For some reason, Logan Paul was at Dolphins practice yesterday, which made no sense whatsoever. I don't know why I had to spend time on my timeline. Dad, do you know who Logan Paul is?
Chris Paul's brother. I have no idea.
Yeah, close.
That's good. That's good.
Travis Wingfield today said good juice at practice. So it was good to see good reports today. Dolphins bouncing back, in a positive way, getting ready for the game this weekend. I got to get to my guy, 3-time orange jersey wearing Javon Holland, who I might have to buy a jersey, Bobby. Javon Holland and Brandon Jones, I feel like is going to be one of the better safety tandems in the league. Am I wrong? Like Javon Holland, from what I've seen, has all pro written.
Oh gosh. Yeah, who just signed a major deal? It was Derwin James, right?
Derwin James, 4 years, $76 million with the Chargers.
Yep.
I think it's aiming. Remember a couple years back when Dolphins were tanking and they traded Minka Fitzpatrick and everybody, it was a huge shitstorm. And now look what happened a few years later. We got somebody who is equal to that, I think. I really do. I think he's right there. He's an all-pro waiting to happen.
I love Holland. Yep. I think Holland is a combination. Once again, here's two names nobody will care about. I think he's a combination of Jack Tatum and Lewis Oliver. Oliver, tall, lanky guy, muscular. He'll hit you. And Tatum was just a beast, okay? He was a dirty player. I don't mean Holland is that, but I think Holland in 2 years will be all pro. He'll be one of the best safeties in the league.
Yeah. I don't think there's no question on Holland. Brandon Jones, that's a question mark, but I honestly feel really good about him. I think a year with a safety like Javon Holland, he's just going to get better. And they're going to be a hard hitting pair. They're going to be blitzing. I'm excited. And that's why I think it kind of makes Eric Rowe expendable. And I wouldn't be surprised if there's a trade that happens, because Miami's going to try to trade some picks and with that Preston Williams cap for life. Sorry, but if you guys think the running game is
no, cap for life. Let me just comment. I'm not saying that the running game is subpar. I'm saying the last couple of years, the running game, not this year, the last couple of years, when you have to throw the ball on second and third and one, and even if, guess what, you break the line of scrimmage, you get a first down up. Sorry. Austin. Yeah. So, not this year, cap for life, but I'm talking about the last few years. The running game has been below average.
Go ahead, Bob. I'm sorry. Just the follow up cap for life. Look, the running. I actually have the running game, and that offensive line is a little nerve wracking for me. Okay, especially what I saw. But again, it's the first game of the preseason. However, I'm not worried about the running game. They were like almost dead last year. I had them jump. We did a ranking on Finstock Overtime, where I had them jumping up to 10th. Okay, in the league, and that's not just because of the running backs we signed. Because really, Mozart gets injured. Edmonds is known to be injured. Sonny Michel's probably your only reliable back who could probably stay healthy. But it's really what he's going to do with the receivers. I don't know how many people were actually paying attention to the preseason game, but Cedric Wilson, they got from the Dallas Cowboys, he actually lined up at back a couple times. And he showed out with a couple passes too. So I think they did kind of show their hand a little bit. Because trust me, those receivers, Easy Itzukama, Lynn Bowden, if he stays on the roster, even though I think he got that trade value a little higher now. We'll see what he does in game 2. But they're going to be involved in the running game. So I'm not worried about the running game. I'm worried about the offensive line. That's what I'm worried about, but not the running game, cap for life.
And that's the thing. Don't forget about Alec Ingold.
Alec Ingold. That's my dark horse MVP for this football team.
Bringing him in. They're going to use like they've done in the past. I think don't be surprised to see Christian Wilkins line up in the backfield a little bit more this year than they did last year, because that's the type of guy. That's why I
love that guy.
Yeah, Christian Wilkins needs to be next in my mind for the extension. I feel like Wilkins he's gotten better every single year. I don't think he's an all-pro, but I think he's got Pro Bowl written all over him.
Am I at church? Are you preaching? Am I a preacher, Mike Brown?
Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord.
Well, I'm going to hide the Star of David and put it inside my jersey, but I'm going to lose that in there.
But hey, we're Dolphin fans. A Catholic and 2 Jews. We're good. We're all family.
A Catholic and 2 Jews walk into Hard Rock Stadium and they watch their team win the Super Bowl.
That's right.
But I have a question. Who is Logan Paul?
Oh my God. There's not enough time in this show. I'll tell you about it. He's a promoter.
Was Jake Paul the one who went to WrestleMania?
Yeah.
Was it Jake Paul, right?
Yeah, it's his brother.
Okay. Whatever.
Okay, I was just curious.
I want to make sure we'll wrap the show up here in a few minutes, but I do want to make one comment about the defense and how it impacts QB1. You're going to think that every single day, Tua going up against Javon Holland, Xavier Howard, Eric Rowe, Brandon Jones, Raekwon Davis, Christian Wilkins, like the defense he's going up against has the ability to be a top 10 defense again. Wait till this offense. They're not going to show you anything until game one. This is going to be a really exciting year for the Miami Dolphins for that reason. I do want to get to one thing Tyreek Hill said today on the NFL Network. Interceptions are not all on Tua. He says sometimes it's on the receivers. Mirrors what Trent Sherfield said recently. Bobby, I want to get your opinion on two guys and what you think their capability is going to be on this roster, making it. Trent Sherfield, wide receiver, and Elijah Mitchell, cornerback, who's going to potentially step in for the injured Trill Williams and the signing of Mackenzie Alexander. I want your take on those three guys.
Were y'all not impressed, though, with how quickly that when Trill Williams went down, they had they had, what's his name, Michael?
Mackenzie Alexander.
He was in there less than 48 hours, and they signed him.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
That, to me, was very proactive.
I like it.
So Trent Sherfield, I think, is going to make the roster. I think it will be one of the 5 or 6 guys they keep. Obviously knowing the system, but he was actually impressive too in game one. I think he's going to be in that. He's going to make the roster there. That's what's so tough. That's what I love about this receiver room. Last year, we were right at, people made believe that we had a good receivers unit, but injuries, Will Fuller, where the hell was he? Devontae Parker. You don't have those questions this year.
No.
You don't got these questions.
No.
Tyreek Hill, and not that there, knock on wood, wherever the hell there's wood here. Tyreek Hill goes down. You got Jalen Waddle, Cedric Wilson, Eazy-E, Trent Sherfield. You got Braylon Sanders. The Dolphins have so many weapons, and it's like, it's kind of scary to say, oh, I'll drop this guy, I'll drop that guy. And that's a good problem to have. And I think Miami has that problem. In regards to the cornerback position, it was a big loss for Trill Williams. I feel really bad about losing him because he was a standout in camp. And, it's a sad thing. And I hope he comes back with a fire and he could make this right because, freaking Igbenogany is still what he has been since we drafted. We're talking about Tua like he's a bust, but we're going to see this year if he's going to be worth that 5th overall pick. But Igbenogany hasn't showed a damn thing, and it's sad because I'm rooting for him too. I hope that he shows up in the season, that he was worth it, but he hasn't so far. But Mackenzie Alexander and Elijah Mitchell, that's Elijah Mitchell.
Yeah,
right?
Elijah Mitchell at cornerback, who's turning some heads. That's a name to keep an eye on per Joe Shad. Multiple other beat writers high on Elijah Mitchell, starting to burst through at practice.
For me, I think Mitchell might make the roster over McKenzie just because his familiarity. If McKenzie pushes in the next 2 games and shows that, hey, he might be worth the roster spot, then okay. And I'm actually happy with that signing. But Mitchell being familiar with the team,
right,
showing out in camp, he might have the in on making the roster.
Hey, Bobby, has the trade frenzy calmed down on the linebacker from the Bears already?
Roquan Smith.
No, not yet. I mean, we're going to see what happens there. I mean, I think he made it known that he wants to get moved. Does Chicago want to keep him? I mean, obviously I would, just because of the type of player he is. Obviously, as Dolphin fans, every decent player that becomes available, we want to jump on him. But this is somebody for sure you want to jump on because linebacker is still a question mark. Now, Cameron Good, Channing Tindall both looked very good in that preseason game. So that's a plus. Melvin Ingram has been a standout at camp. He's shown why we signed that veteran. But if we could make a move on him, I'd be happy with that. But right now, I don't think it has. I think maybe later in the preseason, if somebody gets hurt, that trade may go down. Someone might actually bite. If we had 2 first-round picks still, probably would have made the deal already.
Would you trade Preston Williams a 2 and a 3 for Roquan Smith?
Hell yeah.
You would do that?
I would do it.
Oh, yeah. You're kidding, Michael. I was going to ask Bobby, do we have enough? I think we have enough draft picks, but do we have enough? I'm thinking of a Preston Williams. I'm thinking of, maybe. I will update that. I'm sorry. I would say, I don't know if the Bears would take Preston Williams. They may ask for Lynn Bowden for him. Then I'd take out the 2nd round pick and just make it a 3rd and Lynn.
I will say the other side of that would be Gesicki and a 3 for Roquan Smith, because I would do that in 5 seconds.
And I think Miami would too.
Yeah, I mean, Mike Gesicki, I think they're not sold on him. They're not sold on him. He's going into a contract year. If you're Chicago, you give a safety blanket like a Mike Gesicki for Justin Fields.
Don't lose him for nothing.
No, and if I can get Roquan Smith, I'm doing that deal. Pops, I do have to congratulate you for hitting the over in the preseason week number 1. You 36.5 for some unknown reason. You went with the over. I don't know how you knew about that. So congrats. You should probably hop a plane to Vegas immediately. But give me your score prediction and your Dolphins player of the game for this weekend.
Score of the game, I'm going to go 27-13 Miami. And I'm going to go, player of the game, since I don't know half of them almost. I'm going to go with
give yourself a little bit more credit than that.
I'm going to go Preston Wilson.
Preston Williams?
Same thing, yes.
Okay, good. Just making sure. All right, so we got Preston Williams. Bobby, same question to you.
Okay, so score prediction, I'm going to say 24-21 Vegas. MVP, I'm going to have to say it's going to be Lynn Bowden.
Ooh, back-to-back good games for Lynn Bowden.
Look at you.
All right, I'm going to go 24-17 Dolphins, and my MVP will be Dan Marino because always and forever my MVP. No,
Yeah,
I'm going to go who am I going to go with? I'm going to go Liam Eichenberg as my MVP.
Yo, okay.
I'm going to go a little bit outside the box. I think he's going to have a
phenomenal
game up front.
What are you drinking again?
Carbach, Love Street.
That's some good shit.
Anyway, this has been episode 4 of Bottoms Up, Fins Up with the big boss, Bobby Pops.
Bobby, thank you for joining us, Bobby.
My man. We will be back live next Thursday, 7 o'clock here on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube for the Fins Talk Network. Make sure to smash that like and subscribe button like you are playing. What's the game that not the Sonic the Hedgehog? What am I thinking of? At the
Chuck E. Cheese had them where you hit the things when they
whack-a-mole. Like you are playing whack-a-mole. Smash and subscribe. Check us out on Twitter, Fins Talk Network. We are growing something phenomenal that you want to make sure you are a part of. Until next time, Dolphins fans, Fins all the way up, baby.
Thanks, Bobby.